you're in a safe and healthy relationship now.
Yes.
What were some of the things that order of protection asked for? What did it tell your abuser in terms of, keeping away from you?
He lost power through that, and he didn't feel as if that was my decision to say, you can't tell me I can't see you.
And so you're saying it made him upset?
Yes.
What happened after you?
Well, I was in a safe place. I was in the shelter at the time. But there were attempts to try to reach me.
So he didn't listen to that order of protection. How did it make you feel? I know it's kind of hard to think all the way back to that time, or even talk about it.
Well, actually, I didn't feel unsafe because of where I was, but I was a little bit apprehensive about how long do I have to stay here and be hiding.
And so when this abuser tried to reach you still, so basically he violated the order, right?
Well, he was never able to get in touch with
Okay.
me. He would do it through friends.
So he never, do you think it kept him away in some ways, even though he was trying to reach you?
Yes, I do believe in my case it did work more than I hear now that it doesn't as much.
For women in general who are in these situations, women and men, because anyone could be a victim, do you think orders of protection are helpful?
I do.
Yes. And why? Tell us why.
Well, I think that they're helpful if you have a safety plan around it. Not just the piece of paper doesn't always work. You do have to have more safety planning in addition to having the order of protection. You have to have a safe place. You have to sometimes maybe change the way you're going to and from work. You might have to have some extra safety precautions at your place of employment and let your employer know.
I know that it's kind of hard to get into an abuser's head, but do you think he understood what that order of protection was telling him?
Yes.
He understood he needed to stay away.
Yes.
How powerful is that? To have that piece of paper and to have the abuser know that there's now a legal wall.
It helped me.
Our story today focuses on, there's a population, many women who don't speak English, or their abusers don't speak English.
Okay.
And so sometimes they're given an order of protection, and it doesn't mean anything, it's just another piece of paper. But now the law is changing, so that when it's presented in English and Spanish.
Okay.
And it's very clear to the person who's accused of being an abuser that these are the rules, you need to stay away. What do you think of that? The idea of making an order of protection kind of more clear for the abuser and for the victim?
I think that's a great change if that's something recent. That's especially if there's the language barrier. I could see how that could be make a huge impact having that change.
When you think about your life now, so many years later, what role do you think having that order of protection played in helping you